and now they went down in price even more, $159.99. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 74 of going from $100 all the way up to $100,000. Now, from last episode, we got to a grand total of $4,791.28 in just cash alone. Unfortunately, guys, we got below 10,000 again, but this is the last time it's gonna happen, I promise. So far, there's been a lot of sales, so hopefully that means it's gonna bring us back up to 10,000. I'm praying that we can get back to $10,000 this episode. But to be honest, the reason it did go below 10,000 is because we bought a lot of inventory. But spoiler alert, a lot of that stuff has sold, so just wait an episode or two and we're gonna have a huge grand total. So with all that being said, thank you guys for all of the support recently. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of my newest videos. And with that being said, let's just go hit up some stores and see what we can find today. We are back and we got some decent stuff today. It isn't crazy like how it's been in the past few episodes where we buy a stupid amount of stuff. Right now we only bought maybe like $400 worth of shoes. First off are these Jordan Westbrook One Take, an all white Jordan Westbrook. We had these before in a different colorway, in a black cement colorway, I believe is what we had. And yeah, these should move really fast for us. We've had shoes very similar like this before, which moved really quick. And we got it for a really good price. We only paid $66 for these when like the retail is $130. So again, something that we should make some pretty decent profit on. A size 11, and for 66 bucks, I don't see it taking that long to sell for a decent profit. It's not going to be anything crazy, but a good profit nonetheless. Next up, one of the better things we picked up today, $152.25, a size 8 women. You guys probably already know what it is since you've already seen a quick montage of them, and it is these Nike Dunk Low in the Panda colorway. Obviously a no-brainer coming to pick up these. It's crazy how Pandas still have resale value even though they've restocked who knows how many times, but crazy that they still have resale value. Size 8 women's. It was the last pair they had, and yeah, would be very surprised if we don't sell these within an episode or two. So very happy we picked up these. Then finally, 4 pairs of these Nike Dunk Lows in this colorway. We got 2 size 10s, a 9.5 and an 8.5 women's, and it is this colorway right here. It's like a gold swoosh colorway. Yeah, another shoe that I'll be surprised if they don't sell really fast because this is such a clean colorway. It's like a very light brown colorway with a golden swoosh. So yeah, very happy we picked these up. Again, got 4 pairs. It should move really fast. So with that being said, let's fast forward to tomorrow, hit up some more stores and see if there's any more good stuff for us to pick up. So let's waste no more time and fast forward to that. Okay, we are back and we got quite a few more pairs of these. You guys can probably tell what they are already just from the box alone. It is some more Rick and Morty's. I think we got some sizes 10, 10.5, and 13. I could be wrong about that, but we did get a decent amount of sizes. You've already seen these before. We got a good amount of these already. So yeah, more Rick and Morty's. Stuff that should move really fast for us. Then we got 5 pairs of these Pumas. Not gonna lie, don't know how well they're gonna do, but they're really cheap. They're $150 each. It is this colorway, a nice like blue colorway. I don't know how well it's looking on the green screen, but something that should move fast. I'm not too sure about these guys. They low-key might have to be a return, but let's pray they're not. Maybe I can make a few bucks on them. We got 5 pairs. Only the bigger sizes, 13 to a 10.5. So decent sizes there. I don't think it's gonna be the craziest amount of profit we make on these, but I do think I should be able to make a little bit of profit. Next up, I don't know what's going on with Jordan Brand, but so many things are going down in price, just like these Jordan 11 Cherries. I'm so surprised to find some cherries that went down 25% off. In my opinion, that's just crazy that cherries are now starting to go on sale. I swear you never saw the breads, the pool grays, or the Concords go down in price. We got 3 size 4Ys for 25% off, bringing it to $167 per pair, which isn't bad. Yes, they are only size 4Y, but at the end of the day, getting them for 25% off still can make some pretty good profit on this. Then next, we got some more Jordan 1 lows in the true blue colorway. You've seen them here before. Nothing like too crazy about them. We've definitely had a good amount of these on the channel, and they always do sell really good for us. So yeah, can't really complain about this. We got a size 11.5 and 10.5. These should not take any time at all to sell, because we've had so many of these in the past and they always sell really fast for us. Then finally, it's crazy. First we found the Panda Dunk sitting. Now we found these, some Jordan 4 Midnight Navies in a grade school 5Y. These are the biggest sizes they had left, so we picked up 2 of them. Pretty surprising that we're seeing these in store, but like I said previously, a lot of this stuff is starting to sit. This does have some really good resale value. However, you're starting to see a lot of stuff like this popping back up in stores, getting random restocks. So yeah, really happy about this. Probably one of the most profitable shoes we got this whole episode so far. Hopefully tomorrow we can go find some even better stuff, but this is definitely the best thing here. Let me know in the comments down below how we're doing so far in the pickups. In my opinion, we're off to a really good start this episode with a ton of heat that sells really fast and has some really good resale value like this pair here. But yeah, let's waste no more time, hit up some stores one more time and see what we can pick up. Okay, we are back and we got a lot of good stuff. In my opinion, really good stuff. A lot of stuff that should sell really fast, just like this pair. You saw, I think we picked these up last episode. We got some more of these Jordan 1 mid stealths right here. We got 3 more pairs, a 10, 9, and 8.5 women's. Paid $168 per pair. Again, something that should move really fast. We've had these in the past and they always move stupidly quick for a good resale value, so happy we picked up these. Then for $41, probably something you guys aren't expecting, it is the wannabe Yeezy slides. We picked up a size 8 for $41 and it is this colorway here. You guys are probably wondering, why would you pick these up? There's no way they have any resale value, and surprisingly they actually do. Especially this size here. I got them for $41. I should be able to make around 60. So yeah, something to easily, just a quick flip in my opinion, something to quickly sell and just get some pretty fast cash. So pretty happy we got these. Again, something that should move really fast for us. But you guys have to comment down below, what do you think of these slides? Like, would you ever rock something like these, or do you have them as a personal? In my opinion, I have the Yeezy slides, so there's no reason for me to pick up something like this, but you guys have to let me know in the comments below, what do you feel about these slides compared to the Yeezy slides. Next up, some Nike Kill Shots in this black colorway. We've had these before actually. I think about a year ago we had a bunch of these and they've sold for us really good in the past. So we picked up around 5 more pairs. I think this might be a different colorway than what we had before, but nonetheless we picked these up. I think we got them for a little bit higher than we did before, but for $68 you can't complain. I should be able to sell these for around $100 to $80 per pair, around that, and they should move really fast, so you can't complain about that. But we also got 2 colorways in them. This is all white colorway, a little bit more of a plain colorway than the one that we just saw. And yeah, same thing with this, probably closer to $80 on these ones, just because they're a little bit more like dull compared to the other one. They don't have that black swoosh, which in my opinion makes them look a lot nicer, so probably gonna be around $80 for these ones, and we paid the exact same amount. Then we got a bunch of these Vapor Max 2021s. It is this white colorway. We got a bunch of pairs for $95. If you've been watching the past previous few episodes, you know we bought a lot in like a black version of this one, and now we just bought some in this white color just because, same thing as before, they sell really fast. And in the black color we've practically sold every single size, so I have no doubt these will sell super fast for us. And then finally, 3 more shoes that you guys should be well aware of. We did buy some more of these Jordan 6 Georgetowns just because that 25% off. These have been moving really fast for us. We bought a bunch of sizes. Again, will be at the end of the video. Paid $204.75 per pair. Same thing with these Jordan 9s. We bought more pairs. They've been selling stupidly fast for us. Just wait, next episode, maybe not next episode, maybe the episode after that, all of these should be sold, and you'll see once these are all sold, it's probably around $10,000 to $15,000 we're gonna get back in our inventory just because we bought so many of these. Then finally, I have it in the shoe form just because I love this shoe so much, and now they went down in price even more. $159.99. Guys, put a comment down below. Let me know, have you ever seen a Jordan go down in price that much in like recent memory? I haven't seen it hit that low a price point in forever. Like, I don't even think I've ever seen it hit that low. Usually these just go 25% off, but down to $159.99. We price matched every single pair we had, which if you guys have been watching, you know we had a lot of pairs. So yeah, it took us a while, but we did price match a bunch of them, and we did buy even more at that $159.99 price point. So yeah, best believe these are practically all sold out. Spoiler alert, these are actually my personal pair. That's why I don't have a box with me, because the majority of these have already been sold and they're on their way being shipped out. But we did buy a lot of these. Stay tuned to the next coming episodes because our grand total is gonna go through the roof. It's crazy. And yeah, that's everything we bought this episode. A lot of pretty good stuff, and a lot of stuff that these alone, when we price match and you see how much we get back, is crazy, because that's not even how much we sold them for. That's just price matching, giving us like extra profit. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. We're not completely done yet. We're gonna go over everything we sold this episode and everything that we currently have in our inventory. Then we're gonna roll our brand new tally, so stick to the very end. Yeah, with that being said, let's go over everything we did sell this episode, starting with the Nike Air Force 1 Triple Red in a size 10 and 9.5. The Air Force 1 Mid Chocolate in a size 9 and 8.5. The Jordan 2 Chicagos, we sold all of our pairs, both of the 12s, the 11.5, both of the 11s, the 10.5, both of the 10s, and the 6.5Y. The Jordan 1 Mid Wash Teal, we sold the size 7.5 and 6.5 women's. The Jordan 1 Low Reverse Black Toe, we sold all three of the size 8.5 women's. The Jordan 1 Mid Alternate Bread in a size 12 and 7Y. The Jordan 1 Mid White Black Red in a size 7. The Jordan 5 Dark Concord in a size 12. The Jordan 3 Fire Red in the toddler sizes, we sold all of our pairs, the sizes 10C, 9C, and 7C. The New Balance 550 Cream Black in a size 9.5. Our grade school New Balance 550 White Black Rain Clouds in a size 7, 6.5, and 6Y. The White Rain Cloud Women's 550 in a size 8.5 women's. The Sea Salt Pine Green 550s in a 10.5. Nike ACG Mountain Fly Low SE Canyon Purple in a 10.5 and 9.5. Then the Iron Stone colorway in a 10.5 and 9.5. So yeah, hopefully with all that being sold, plus the price matching on the 13, we can be up to 10,000. I'm not too sure about that one, because we did buy a decent amount of stuff this episode. So with that being said, let's go over everything we bought this episode and everything in our inventory as a whole, starting with the Puma LaMelo Ball MB02 Rick and Morty Adventures. We have a size 13, 12, 11, 2 10.5, 2 10s, and 2 6.5s. Then in the honeycomb colorway, we have a size 10.5, 2 11s, a 12, and 13. Then in the Adidas Adilet 22 Desert Sand colorway, we have a size 8. Then the LeBron 20 All-Stars, we have a size 13 and 11.5. The Nike Guinness Immortality Black Anthrite colorway in a size 11 and 9. Then the Nike LeBron 9 Low Reverse Liverpool, we have a 13, 12, 11, 10.5, and 9.5. Then the LeBron Witness 6 Black Deep Royal Blue in a size 14. Then in the Nike Cosmic Unity Green Glow in a size 12 and 10.5. The Nike Air Zoom Tempo Next Percent Flyknit in the White Hyper Violet Flash Crimson colorway in a size 8. Then in the Nike Zoom X Vaporfly Next Percent Valorine Blue, we have a size 7. Then in the Nike SB Alley-Oop Black Toe colorway, we have a 13, 11.5, 11, 10, and 9. Then in the black and white colorway, we have an 11 and 9. Then in the white colorway, we have an 11.5, 11, and 10. Then in the Nike Killshot 2 leather sail oil gray gum colorway, we have a size 10.5, 2 10s, an 11, and an 11.5. Then in the sail gum colorway, we have a size 9, 9.5, 10, 11, and 12. The Nike SB Blazer Court white and black in a 13, 12, 11, and 2 10s. Then in the Air Max 95 N7s, we have a 12 and 11. The Air Max 97 Golden Gals in a 10.5 women's. Then the Air Max 90 Terrascape Black Element Pink, we have 2 12s, 2 11.5s, 2 9s, and 1 8. The Air Max Avio Black Bright Crimson in a 12. The Air Max Correlate White Black Red colorway in 11.5. Then in the Pure Platinum colorway, we have a 10.5 and 9. Then in the Club Purple Turquoise Blue colorway, we have a 9.5 women's. Then the Nike Lunar Force 1 Duck Boot Black Gum, we have 2 10.5s. The Nike Air Force 1 Mid QS Jewel Oil Green colorway in a size 11. Then the Air Force 1 Low Triple White, we have an 11.5. The White Black Teal colorway in an 11, 3 10.5s, a 10, 9.5, and 9. Then in the College Pack Midnight Navy colorway, we have a size 11. Then in the College Pack Night Maroon colorway, we have an 11. Then in the Black Royal Carbon Fiber colorway, we have 2 11s. Then in the Multi Swoosh Black Orange colorway, we have a 7.5. Then in the Reflective Swoosh White Blue colorway, we have a size 13. Then in the Uno colorway, we have a 12, 9.5, 7, 3 6.5s, and a 6. Then in the Black Gold Jersey Mesh colorway, we have a size 13. The Air Max 1 Golf Tiger in an 8 and 7. Then in the Air Max 2090 Black White colorway, we have a 12, 11.5, and 10 men's, and 3 9 women's, and 2 8.5 women's. Then in the Barely Rose colorway in a 9 women's. Then in the Triple White colorway in a size 11.5, 11, 10.5, 10, and 9.5. Then in the Violet Ash Multi colorway, we have a 12, 11, and 8 women's. Then in the Oreo colorway, we have an 8, 7.5, and 6 women's. Then in the Black Metallic Silver colorway, we have a size 12, 11.5, 11, 2 10.5s, a 10, a 9.5, 2 8.5s, a 7, and 6.5 women's. Then in the White Pure Platinum colorway, we have a size 10, 2 10.5s, 2 11s, and 2 11.5s. Then in the Nike Air Max Plus White Pure Platinum, we have a size 10, 9, 8.5, 8, 7, and 6.5 women's. Then in the White Grape Ice colorway, we have 2 13s, an 11, 10.5, 10, 2 9s, and an 8. Then the Air Max Thea Mid Ale Brown colorway, we have an 11, 8, 3 7.5s, and a 7 women's. Then in the Black Sail colorway, we have a 9, 8.5, 3 8s, a 7.5, and 6.5 women's. Then in the Air Max 2017 Wolf Gray, we have 2 14s, an 11.5, 11, 10, 9.5, 9, and 8.5. Then in the Pure Platinum Wolf Gray Women's, we have a 10.5, 10, 8.5, 2 8s, 6.5, 5.5, and 5. Then in the men's sizes, we have a 13, 12.5, 12, 2 11.5s, 11, 2 10.5s, a 10, 9, and 7.5. Then in the Black Anthrite colorway, we have 2 9.5s, a 9, 2 8.5, 2 8s, and 1 7.5 women. Then in the Triple Black colorway, we have 2 13s, a 12.5, 3 12s, 2 11.5, 3 11s, a 10.5, 2 10s, 2 9.5s, 2 9s, 2 8.5s, an 8, 7.5, and 7. Then in the Cool Gray colorway, we have a 14, 13, 12, 11.5, 3 11s, 2 10.5s, 2 10s, and a 9. The Nike Air Max Axis Triple White in a size 9.5 and 6.5 women's. Then the Nike Air Max Alpha Trainer 4 Black in a size 13. Then in the React Infinity Run Black Iron Gray, we have a 10.5 and 9.5. Then in the Black colorway, we have a 13, 9, and 8. Then in the Leopard colorway, we have a 9.5, 8.5, 7.5, and 5.5 women's. Then in the Flash Crimson Baltic Blue colorway, we have an 11 and 8. Then in the Wolf Gray colorway, we have a 14, 12, 2 11.5s, 3 11, 2 10.5s, a 10, 9.5, 3 9s, and 8.5 and 8. Then in the Black and White colorway, in women's, we have 3 8.5s, 3 8s, 2 7.5s, 2 7s, a 9 and 9.5. Then in men's, we have 3 13s, 2 12s, 3 11.5s, 3 11s, 2 10.5s, 3 10s, 2 9.5s, 5 9s, 4 8.5s, and 1 8. Then in the black University Red Hyper Jade, we have a 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, and 9.5. Then in the black Safari Hyper Pink colorway, we have 3 13s and 4 10s. The Nike Air Structure OG White Neo Teal colorway, we have 2 13s, 3 12.5s, 3 12s, 3 11.5s, 3 11, 4 10.5s, 3 10s, a 9.5, 2 9s, an 8.5, 8, and 7.5. Then in the black smoke gray colorway, we have 3 13, 5 12s, an 11.5, 11, 2 10.5s, a 9.5, 9, 8.5, and 8. Then in the Nike Free RN black anthrite colorway, we have a 13, 12.5, 12, 11.5, 10.5, 2 10s, a 9.5, 2 9s, and 2 8.5s. Then in the black white ombre colorway, we have a 10.5, 9.5, and 9. Then in the wolf gray colorway, we have an 11, 10.5, 10, and 9.5. Then in the Nike M2K Techno, we have the white pure platinum in a size 8.5, 8, 7.5, 7, and 6.5 women. Then in the black dark smoke gray colorway, we have a 10.5. Then the Nike Pegasus Trail 3 in the triple black colorway. Then in the peach cream colorway, we have a size 10 women's, 2 9.5s, a 9, 2 8.5s, an 8, 2 7.5s, a 7, and 6 women's. Then in the panda colorway, we have an 8 women's. Then in the phantom metallic gold colorway, we have an 8.5, 9.5, and 2 10 women's. Then in the terry swoosh colorway, we have a 10, 9.5, 9, 8.5, and 5 women's. Then in the light smoke gray colorway, we have a 6 and 7 women's. Then in the Arizona State colorway, we have a 13 and 12. Then in the pink Oxford colorway, we have a 10, 2 9 women's, 2 8.5s, a 7.5, 7, and 6.5 women's. Then in the Next Nature Rift blue colorway, we have a size 10. Then in the Essential Paisley Pack Barely, we have a size 7.5 women's. Then in the Fleece Pack Honeydew colorway, we have a size 9 women's. Then in the Deadpool colorway, a 6.5 Y. Then in the Desert Camo colorway, we have a 10, 9, 2 8.5s, and 2 8 women's. Then in the Anthrite White colorway, we have a size 12, 11, 10, 9.5, and 9. The Jordan Westbrook White Metallic Silver in a size 11. Then in the Jordan Jumpman 2 Trey Raptors, we have a size 12.5 and 2 10s. The Jordan 13 Playoffs in a size 13 and 12. Then in the Jordan 13 University Blue, we have 8 13s, 4 12s, 6 11.5s, 6 11s, a 10.5, and 9.5. Then in the Jordan 12 Black Taxis, we have an 11 and 10.5. Then in the Jordan 11 Cherries, we have a size 10, 8.5, 8, 6Y, 2 4.5Ys, 3 4Ys, and 2 3.5Ys. Then in the Jordan 11 Low IE Light or Wood Brown colorway, we have 2 13s. Then in the Jordan 9 Fire Reds, we have 3 13, 6 12s, 6 11s, 11 10.5s, 2 9.5s, 3 9s, 2 8.5s, and 8 and 7. Then in the Jordan 7 Citruses, we have a size 12, 2 11s, a 10.5, and 10. Then in the Jordan 6 Georgetowns, we have 6 size 13s, 2 12s, 5 11s, 2 10.5s, 2 9.5s, a 9, and 8. Then in the Jordan 4 Midnight Navy, we have 2 size 5Ys. Then in the Dark Iris colorway, we have a size 12, 11.5, and 11. Then in the Bordeaux colorway, we have a 7 and 6.5 Y. Then in the Pink Violet colorway, we have a 10 women's. Then in the Canvas Iris Whisper Sail colorway, we have a 6 women's. The Craft Inside Out Black colorway in a size 8. Then in the Jordan 1 Low True Blues, we have a size 13, 11.5, and 10. Then in the Marina Blue colorway in a size 6 women's. Then in the Ice Blue colorway, we have 2 7Ys, 2 6Ys, and 1 5Y. Then in the Concord colorway, we have a 13, 12, 4 11s, 2 10s, a 7Y, 6.5Y, 6, 5, and 4Y. Then in the Ice Blue colorway, we have 2 7Ys. Then in the Game Royal colorway, we have a 12. Then in the Craft Inside Out Black colorway, we have a size 13 and 12. Then in the Space Jam colorway, we have 2 13s. Then in the Stealth colorway, we have a size 10, 9, 8.5, 8, and 7.5 women's. The Jordan 1 High True Blue, we have a 5Y. Then in the Jordan 1 High Taxis, we have 2 7Ys. size 413 and a size 8. Then in the lost and found colorway, we have a size 1.5Y, 2 1Ys, a 5C and a 7C. The stealth colorway in a 6 and 4Y. Then in the NYC to Paris colorway, we have a 7.5. Then the white black Volt University Gold colorway in a 9.5. Then in the starfish colorway, we have a 7.5, 7, 2 6.5s, 2 6, a 5.5 and 5 women's. And finally, the Jordan 1 High Dior's in a size 9.5. So yeah, if you guys are new here and you were wondering in the beginning how we only had like $4,000, that's because we have tens of thousands of dollars in our inventory alone. I mean, the Dior's are worth $10,000+ by themselves. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching to the end of the video. If you aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and give me a subscribe. You made it to the end of the video, so that means you guys are interested in this content. So give me a subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you never miss any of my newest videos. And with that being said, guys, let's roll our brand new tally right now.